Welcome back, guys. So this week we are going to be learning about 1-point perspective. Those of you that had me last year, we did an exercise similar to this. So if you remember from last year, this should be a little bit easier for you. If not, don't worry. I'm going to show you guys step by step, and I'm going to show you a few examples of a few different shapes that are commonly used in this project. You're going to need, of course, a piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil and a ruler. But of course, if you don't have a ruler, you could always just fold up a piece of paper and use that instead. Anything with a straight edge is going to work fine. Okay, and then you're going to need something to color with. Now, color pencils are going to work the best, but if you have crayons, that'll work just fine too. Try to stay away from markers. Markers are going to be a little bit too rough for this project. You're going to want something that's going to have a fine point that you can sharpen, like a crayon or a color pencil. Okay, this is going to get you better color results, and it's going to make your project look nice and neat. What I also did was, when I was finished, is I outlined everything here with a black color pencil to kind of give it a little bit more definition. So think about things like that whenever you're getting ready to finish up your drawing. All right, so stay tuned, and then the next part I will show you guys step by step how to do this 1-point perspective drawing. Alrighty, so the thing about 1-point perspective is that you have to start with your point. Okay? So all that means is that anywhere on this paper, preferably somewhere in the middle, you're going to draw your vanishing point, which is just a single little dot. Okay? So once you have your vanishing point done, you're going to draw your regular sized or your regular facing shapes all the way around this dot here. And it can be any kind of shape, and I'm just going to do a few to show you as an example. So I think I'm going to do a square. And I'll do a heart, because those are two very common shapes that we use. Okay, so now that I've got my shapes drawn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect each of these corners of my shape with a straight line to that vanishing point. So you're going to need a ruler for this. If you don't have a ruler, you could use a folded up piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, just something with a straight edge. Okay, so I'm going to work on this square first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up those corners here with my vanishing point. So I'm going to get this corner right up here at the top, and I'm going to line it up with my vanishing point. And then I'm simply just going to draw a line from the corner of that square to the center of my paper. Okay, so then I'm going to do this for my next corner. There we go. Okay, erase that a little bit down there. All right, and then I would do this again for my next corner, but as you can see, my line will run straight through my shape. So this, now that I've drawn my lines to my vanishing point, that has made this entire shape a solid. So we're gonna pretend like this is not see-through, like this whole thing is solid. Okay, so if I have a point over here that's lining up with the vanishing point and I can't make a distinct line to connect them, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't want any lines to be going through my shapes. Okay, so it's the same thing for this one up here. Since this line would technically be behind my solid shape, I'm not going to draw it because I don't want that extra line. Okay, so I want this to be one big solid shape, so any lines that are behind it are gonna stay there. We're not gonna draw them. Okay, so moving on to another shape here that is a little bit harder, I guess. We're going to find the point here, which is right down here at the bottom of our little heart shape. And we're gonna connect that to that dot. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to, because this is round, it doesn't have any corners, there's no edges. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the top of the curve of my heart. Okay, so not like all the way over here, because remember, we don't want that line to go through our shape. We want it to be able, we want to line it up. So an easy way that I do it is I'll line my ruler up with my vanishing point, and then I'm going to line up my ruler with the top of my heart, just like that. And I've kind of pushed my ruler all the way to the rounded edge of my heart shape. And then I'm going to draw another line connecting that to my vanishing point. Okay? Now, you'll have to remember too the other side of my heart, because my heart has two rounded shapes here. So at the top of my heart, I could draw another line because this line would not go through. So here, let me show you what I mean. So same rules as before. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line it up on that vanishing point. And then that second rounded line here on my other part of my heart, I'm going to line it up with the top of that. Just like that. Or you know what? I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to line it up here with my dot, and then I'm going to push my ruler all the way to the top of that heart shape, the curve. And even if it's like the teeniest little line, that still makes a huge difference. So I'm going to stop right here, okay? Because remember, I don't want a line to go through my shape because this is solid, okay? It's not see-through. All right, and then I have my 3D heart and my 3D square. So I'm going to do another shape at a different angle. So let's do a triangle right over here. Okay, so again, same rules. I'm going to line my ruler up with my vanishing point, and then I'm going to slide my ruler over to the corners of my triangle. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my line straight to my vanishing point. There we go. And then another line straight to my vanishing point. Now, most of these shapes will only have 2 lines, but sometimes they'll have 3 lines, like this one up here. Even though it was a little tiny line, this one still had 1, 2, 3 to that vanishing point. So depending on where your shape is and what kind of shape it is, depends on the type or how many lines are going to be connected to the vanishing point. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to add more shapes all the way around. You could add as many as you want. Then you're going to make sure to add some designs to the inside. They can be easy. You could draw a picture, or you could just do solid colors. And then optional, if you would like to, you could also add some stuff to your background, like some shading with your color pencils. But it's up to you on what you want your space to be filled. You can do all the same shape or all different shapes. It's up to you and what your creative vision is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to draw my shapes all the way around. I'm only going to do a few more, and then after that I'm going to jump right into coloring it. So stay tuned. Alright, and there you have it. Here is your 3D drawing colored in. Now, this is optional doing the background. I just went in with my light colored, I did yellow, and then I did kind of like a yellow orange on top of it, just all the way around. So yeah, pretty simple, and it looks really cool. You can turn your shapes into whatever you want. You can see here I did some designs. I did a little orange, a pizza, you know, things like that. So get creative, and I can't wait to see what you guys make, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!